What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 21st day of November in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi addressed Guyana's National Assembly this morning and spoke of the importance of putting democracy and humanity first. Touting the need for a new world order, the Prime Minister of India said as existing systems and institutions crumbled in the wake of COVID-19, it became even more important to put both democracy and humanity first.
The mantra democracy first teaches us that we must take everyone along and in doing so become a partner in everyone's development. The humanity first motto guides our decisions.
निर्णयों का आधार बनाते हैं तो नतीजे भी मानवता का हित करने वाले ही होते हैं। साथियों, हमारी democratic values.
As he addressed the 65-member National Assembly, Prime Minister Modi said, like India, Guyana's democratic values are strong and have become a pillar of support along the path of development.
Whatever may be the belief or creed of citizens, whatever may be their background, democracy guarantees for all citizens protection of their rights and a bright future. And both our countries have together shown that democracy is not just a law, it is not just a system. We have shown that democracy is in our DNA. It is reflected in our vision and in our actions.
India, he said, has adopted a humanitarian approach and has been a pillar of support to countries all across the world, living by its mantra, democracy first, humanity first.
When it was necessary to unite the world, India, during its G20 presidency, presented the One Earth, One Family, One Future mantra. When the entire world faced a very difficult time of COVID-19, when entire humanity went through a difficult time, India gave the message of One Earth, One Health. When we had to mobilize the efforts of all countries to fight climate-related challenges, India presented its vision, one world, one sun, one grid. When collective efforts were necessary to save the world from natural disasters, India launched CDRI, that is, the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. When the world had to create a vast network of pro-planet people, India started a global movement, Mission Life, that is lifestyle for environment. Friends,
as a friend to the world, the Prime Minister said India is fulfilling its duty of putting democracy and humanity first. He also said India has never moved forward based on its self-interest or with an expansionist vision and has never sought to grab the resources of other countries. Prime Minister Modi's address brought together both sides of the National Assembly for this special sitting, along with members of the diplomatic community and students who were drawn from various schools within the city. He wrapped up his 3-day visit to Guyana this evening. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. is a 100% owned Guyanese company that specializes in supporting the growing oil and gas industry in Guyana. We do this by providing procurement services, civil and engineering services, facilities maintenance, janitorial, equipment rental, and servicing. Phoenix offers a wide range of products such as HDP bottles, cotton rags, Turkish towels, as well as absorbent pads as well, which we supply to the oil and gas industry. We also do engineering, so this ranges from the design to the actual construction of the projects. Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. is a proud local support company for the oil and gas sector, providing excellence in every experience.
Honey, what are you doing? Let's catch up. Let's catch up.
Shop $5,000 or more at any Massey stores for a chance to win a 2024 Nissan Qashqai Sense and $100,000 every 2 weeks with Massey Stores Christmas Jackpot Promotion.
The Global Super League has arrived. It's time for the Amazon Warriors to face their toughest test yet. Support your Warriors as they take on cricket powerhouses from Australia, Bangladesh, England and Pakistan. Tickets are available now at the box office or online at gslt20.com. The ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League. You don't want to miss this.
Welcome back. Leader of the opposition Aubrey Norton today lauded the Memoranda of Understanding signed between Guyana and India in the areas of health, energy, finance, agriculture and technology as part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's state visit to Guyana. Speaking to news source on the sidelines of today's special sitting of the National Assembly, Mr. Norton said he's looking forward to the full implementation of the agreement that was signed between Guyana and India.
I think the areas that they would have signed agreements in are key areas, and I do hope that implementation will follow, because you can have memoranda of understanding, but if you don't follow up and implement, then it can just become a piece of paper.
The governments of Guyana and India on Wednesday signed a total of 5 memoranda of understanding. A memorandum of understanding was signed between Guyana's Ministry of Health and India's Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the field of medical products regulation. It aims to facilitate constructive dialogue on laws and regulations related to medical products and to strengthen the relationship between India and Guyana in the areas of medical products, while ensuring that the implementation is subject to national laws and available resources. Under another MOU, Guyana and India are expected to establish a framework for both countries to enhance bilateral collaboration in the hydrocarbon sector. It encompasses investment promotion, technology transfer, joint studies, and capacity building across the entire hydrocarbon value chain. The agreement underscores a shared commitment to fostering energy security and advancing mutual development priorities. The other three MOUs cover the agriculture and allied sector, exploration and deployment of the Unified Payment Interface technology, and pharmacopoeia cooperation. The opposition leader said in addition to the MOU signed, the opposition was hoping that Guyana would have signed an agreement with the global economic powerhouse in the area of manufacturing.
Guyana has to shift from being the kind of economy it is to a diversified economy. And so I would have liked to see, in addition to agriculture and education, something concrete on this whole question of the agro-processing sector and manufacturing generally. I think Guyana has to move in the direction of ensuring that we promote manufacturing, we promote agro-processing, because those will take us out of the semi-monocrop kind of economy and give us a diversified economy that can withstand the problems in the world, even when oil is in trouble or even after oil.
In his conversation with Prime Minister Modi today, the opposition leader said he also made a case for greater representation of low-lying developing states such as Guyana.
I said to him that I have only one concern, that they tend to speak to small island states, while the language of the United Nations has always been small island states and low-lying developing countries. And since Guyana is a low-lying developing country, I asked him that in his engagement, that element be pushed and be added.
During his 3-day visit, the Indian Prime Minister engaged the country's leaders and also co-chaired the second India-CARICOM summit, which explored a number of areas for collaboration between India and CARICOM states. He was also conferred with Guyana's highest national award, the Order of Excellence, last evening. With an increase of road accidents involving heavy-duty trucks, President Irfan Ali called in the police commissioner, the traffic chief, and the top brass of the force this morning to press them to arrest the traffic chaos taking place in the country. In a statement after the meeting, the president said the reckless and indisciplined use of the roads, especially by truck drivers, cannot be allowed to continue.
So whilst we will hold truck drivers responsible, I have asked the Attorney General to examine the laws to see where there are gaps, so that truck owners can also have the responsibility of ensuring their drivers work within guidelines. As it is now, the law provides for the suspension of license. And I've asked the traffic chief, commissioner of police, and the leadership of the Guyana Police Force to take immediate steps to have this law implemented fully.
In the past 3 years, Guyana has seen the number of heavy-duty trucks on the country's roadways growing by more than 3,000. The police force has also reported a massive increase in road accidents involving speeding trucks. Just 2 days ago, an electrical contractor who was out jogging lost his life when 2 speeding trucks crashed along the Sheriff Street and one of them slammed into him. President Ali said there must be more done to tackle the lawless use of the roadways. He said based on information from the police, with all of the recklessness taking place on the roadways, only 18 drivers' licenses have been suspended for this year.
Truck drivers on the whole, but especially those truck drivers, public transportation drivers, I'm asking you not to do anything special. All I'm asking you to do in the interest of saving lives is comply with the law, comply with the rules.
The president said more body cameras will be procured for traffic officers to use in the execution of their duties, and the police force will also rely more on the use of CCTV cameras along the roadways. He also said it has become clear that too many of the drivers on the roadways appear to have no regard for their own lives, but continue to put the lives of others in danger. Guyana has lost more than 100 persons to road accidents for this year already.
This is Niraj Kumar, and I'm part of a team that is 300 plus strong at Guyana Logistics and Support Services Inc. We have done projects for the oil and gas company, we have done projects for CNOC, we have done projects for SBM, those are the building refurbishment projects. We started doing that by providing work visas, permit, corporate services, helping them with the custom brokerage, then logistics and warehousing and all. We started looking forward. First of all was the international standardization organization ISO certification that we wanted to get. We started the journey for that with CLBD.
The Guyana Elections Commission GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Types of transactions. Anyone eligible for registration is required to visit the registration office responsible for his or her area of residence to apply for registration. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were last registered. Apply for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered could request that their photographs be retaken if the quality of the photographs on their ID cards is unacceptable. Collect their new ID cards if they have not done so as yet. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, please contact GCOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
The Global Super League has arrived. It's time for the Amazon Warriors to face their toughest test yet. Support your Warriors as they take on cricket powerhouses from Australia, Bangladesh, England and Pakistan. Tickets are available now at the box office or online at gslt20.com. The ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League. You don't want to miss this.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Brutus is expected to return to court tomorrow to face 21 additional charges related to allegations of money laundering and other financial crimes. The Special Organized Crime Unit filed the additional charges as it continues its probe into the finances and financial dealings of the Assistant Commissioner of Police. Mr. Brutus is already facing 231 charges related to financial crimes and money laundering. He was initially slapped with 30 charges and released on $6 million bail. And earlier this week, another 201 charges were read to him. He was granted bail in the sum of $10.5 million for the 201 charges. The new set of charges are reportedly all related to allegations of money laundering and fraud. The charges add up to more than $100 million in reported transactions that were allegedly carried out by Mr. Brutus and are related to the procurement of supplies and goods for the police force. News source understands that another police officer is also expected in court tomorrow to face charges in relation to the same claims. The investigation against Mr. Brutus started back in June after queries were made about a large amount of money that was being deposited into his police credit union account. It was during that probe that the Financial Intelligence Unit provided SOCU with information about the bank accounts of the Assistant Commissioner of Police and other accounts linked to him. SOCU in court documents said it discovered over $500 million in the bank accounts that were in the names of Mr. Brutus, his wife, their son, and 3 companies registered in their names. Some of the companies reportedly supplied the police force with goods. 8 of those 9 bank accounts have already been frozen by the court. Meanwhile, Mr. Brutus has filed a lawsuit against the top brass of the police force and the Attorney General, citing misconduct in public office over the investigations against him. In a statement this afternoon, the government of Guyana said it condemns the disinformation campaign that it claims has been orchestrated by the PNC Reform and the Working People's Alliance regarding the registration process for the $100,000 cash grant initiative. The government said it remains committed to safeguarding the process against fraud and misinformation. According to the statement from the government, baseless and mischievous press releases seeking to invite confusion were issued by the PNC and WPA, and those press releases falsely claim that registrants are being interrogated about their voting history in the last general and regional elections. The government said the cash grant initiative is designed to bring financial relief to every Guyanese citizen aged 18 years old and older, regardless of political affiliation, and is underpinned by a transparent process. It said the opposition's attempts to distort the registration effort is not only irresponsible, but also a blatant disservice to the very people they claim to represent. According to the statement from the government, the actions by the opposition reveal a strategy rooted in divisiveness and fear-mongering, seeking to undermine a program that benefits all Guyanese. As part of the efforts to ensure a robust and transparent process that upholds the integrity of the $100,000 cash grant initiative, the government has implemented strict measures to ensure accountability and fairness. To register, individuals must present their valid national identification card or valid passport. Photocopies will not be accepted. The official documents are the only acceptable forms of identification used to confirm the applicant is a Guyanese citizen aged 18 or older, making them eligible to receive the cash grant. The government explained that during the registration, a photo of the applicant will be taken to verify their physical presence and ensure the person who collects the cash grant is the same individual who registered. Additionally, a photo of the applicant's ID or passport will also be taken to validate that the information on the document matches the person registering. Each eligible individual is entitled to register and receive the $100,000 cash grant only once. Attempts to defraud the system or manipulate the process will lead to serious legal consequences, the government noted.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 hours, 13 hours to 16 hours 30, and Friday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact the GCOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gcom.org.gy.
What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look. You know the one. Or one touch. Even one word. I can start with one step. Or one promise. One thrill. One first time. One deep breath. One leap of faith. One day to remember. Or one night to forget. One moment. So many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life. Just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Across the region tonight, Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega has proposed a constitutional reform to expand presidential powers over other branches of government, according to an official document seen by the Reuters news agency. The reform also seeks to increase the presidential term to 6 years from 5 and formally change the role of vice president, held by 79-year-old Ortega's wife, and that will become co-president. Lawmakers of the government-controlled National Assembly would also have their terms increased to 6 years from 5, the document said. The president's wife became vice president in 2017 and has become the face of the government as Ortega rarely makes public appearances. For years, rumors have circulated that Ortega is in poor health. The proposal also looks to expand state control over media outlets in order to prevent them from being subjected to foreign interests. Nicaragua already has a so-called cybercrime law in which anyone found guilty of publishing fake news on social media or news outlets can face prison terms of up to 4 years in jail. Ortega's reform proposal allows for the presidency to order the army to intervene in support of the country's national police when necessary. It would also authorize military and police officials to temporarily occupy executive branch positions when the nation's supreme interest demands. The proposal was sent to the National Assembly on Tuesday and is expected to be debated and approved. Suriname's state-run oil company Staatsolie said yesterday that U.S. oil giant ExxonMobil has withdrawn from its offshore block, and block operator Petronas Suriname EP will take over its 50% stake. The withdrawal is part of the ongoing evaluation of assets in ExxonMobil's global portfolio, Staatsolie said in a statement. The withdrawal, effective as of the 14th of November, will not affect operations with a subsidiary of Malaysia's Petronas Oil and Gas Company. ExxonMobil has fulfilled its work commitments, a spokesperson said in response to questions about the exit. Gas was initially discovered in the block off Suriname's northern coast in 2020, and the second well was drilled earlier this year. And finally tonight, international news. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former defense chief, as well as the Hamas leader Ibrahim al-Masri, for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity, the court announced. In their decision to grant the warrants, the ICC judges said there were reasonable grounds to believe Netanyahu and Gallant were criminally responsible for starvation in Gaza and the persecution of Palestinians. The warrant for al-Masri lists charges of mass killings during the October 7, 2023 attacks on Israel that triggered the Gaza war, including rape and the taking of hostages. The prosecution indicated it would continue to gather information with respect to his reported death. ICC prosecutor Karim Khan announced on 20th of May that he was seeking arrest warrants for alleged crimes connected to the Hamas-led attacks on Israel and the Israeli military response in Gaza. Israel has rejected the jurisdiction of the Hague-based court and denies war crimes in Gaza. Israel has said it killed al-Masri, also known as Mohammed Dief, in an airstrike, but Hamas has neither confirmed or denied this. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to have a safe and enjoyable night. Take care.